Hi, this is Elderly, and I'm here with a little surprise video. As we had a summoning video just recently, I kinda didn't want to do a summoning video on the node banner, especially since I only intended to spend the minimum amount of orbs to reach the free spark. But everyone who saw the thumbnail knows that something must have gone wrong. And this banner happened to be the most insane summoning session I've ever done. What's going to come is the unluckiest lucky summoning session I ever had, and I was constantly between tears of joy and pure desperation. Therefore, I'll not do a summoning bingo this time, but rather make it an unofficial part 3 of my summoning explanation, making it an informative and educational video with tons of interesting numbers you'll absolutely want to hear. So, let's start with the free summon. I obviously want Node, and around 3 out of 100 summoners Sparking Blue will get her already on their first try. Yeah, I'm not one of those, by exclusion of color. But this was to be expected. With a color spread of 26% for blue orbs, the chance for a blueless circle is still 22%, so every 5th summoning circle may actually leave me without a single blue orb to choose from. My plan on this banner was very easy. Spark on blue as far as possible to get at least one node during the 40 summons, spark her, and build the double node defense which I spoke about in my latest video. The chance of summoning node was indeed within reach. About 68% of the player base will summon her within 40 summons by only sparking blue. That's great, right? You can't always end up in that low luck corner, right? I think you know where this is going, so let's add a little something. As I told you before, 3 out of 100 summoners sparking only blue will get her within their first summon. After 5 summons, which was the number of tickets we had, there are already 13 summoners who got her at least once. After 10 summons we already have 25 summoners calling themselves lucky. Quite unbelievable for a character with an average orb cost of 121 orbs, isn't it? And I could have been one of them! So close! So I got my first 5-star and off-focus ground orders for the named Petra.
Flame Spirit, give us protection and victory!
That's honestly fine. Ground orders is still a great premium skill that many flyer dancers are begging for, and I can definitely make use of it. Thanks to the free summon and the tickets, I also got her within merely 19 orbs spent, a number which can hardly be argued as unwelcome for summoning a 5-star. And neither can this! My second circle without any blue orbs, and I'll not even be pity broken by a focus Pella at 3%.
Oh, Abel. No, I mustn't. These feelings are for me and for me alone.
Oh, what a cute line. So I do wonder how her Lady Blade will fit into the current meta. Most people will arguably just follow her for a dual 4 flyer skill, as there are indeed many red flyers like Aversa and Mirabilis who are splendid arena choices. But I honestly stopped caring about arena. The fact that I nowadays can't even make it into tier 21 from time to time with a +6 win season Corrin and a 180 BST +10 Daddy Hector makes me really question their scoring system. I'm just not ready to invest double rallies and ethers into the demote bonus units which I will never use after that. Then I'll rather stay tier 20 and not give a fuck about that one orb. Almost got you there, didn't I? So, I might indeed rather use her actively. Her brave weapon with adaptive damage might indeed make quite an interesting vantage user who can also tank a hit here and there. And let's be real, this was indeed quite a lucky summon. Summoning Pala takes normally 121 orbs on average. The average amount of orbs people would spend to get Node are actually 121 orbs as well. As we have a color sharing going on, with Node and Zeke sharing the blue focus, summoning blue focus 5-stars is easier than ever, with only 59 orbs for any blue focus 5-star. But it obviously doesn't say which of these you'll get. That's still sadly a simple 50-50 chance. And then there's also Wall of Shame trash like her. Sorry for the fans. The chance of summoning a specific 4 or 3 star unit out of the pool is actually at 2.39%, slightly lower than summoning the Focus 5 star unit. So a blue orb containing one of my Wall of Shame units is indeed less likely than summoning a Focus 5 star. Someone should have told my game. Only speaking in terms of chances, does getting Pity Broken really hurt the chance of getting your desired 5 star? We are now slightly beyond the midpoint on our way to Spark Node, and among the players who didn't summon any other 5 star, 57 out of 100 summoners got her at least once at this point, while 51 players who were Pity Broken before also got her by now. These numbers are interestingly quite close, even though we are speaking about players with an increased pity rate of 4.25% compared to the initial 3%, showing once more that increased pity rates are not as effective as we want them to be. Yay! 31 summons, almost on point, accurately 122 orbs in, and I finally get the blue focus unit!
My name is Zeke. It is true that I'm a warrior of Rigel, but I have my reasons for fighting for the Deliverance now.
My game kinda missed out about the random one at 59 orbs, I guess. And it's also, sadly, the wrong chart. I know what you're thinking, and I'm thinking the exact same thing. This could have been Node. And it's true. No matter on which side of the color sharing debate you stand, there is no denying that the undesired focus unit could have also been the desired one. You can argue that this wouldn't have happened if Zeke was colorless instead, but then the orb I picked would have been colorless, so I probably wouldn't have picked it in the first place. I also got Lufia, by the way, which means that I got every focus unit of this banner besides the one I only wanted a single copy of.
Given the responsibility you wield, shouldn't you act a little more mature?
This line really hit there. I simply don't know if this is a moment to celebrate or to open up a bottle of red wine, the favorite drink of both successful career persons and stressed parents. I hate red wine, but I'm also neither of these. But the thing I am is super close to the 40 summons, and I didn't get a single node so far. Maybe this time? Can you believe that? Merely another 29 orbs after summoning Zeke, I get a last minute panic Ophelia. Now, this could have literally made me wet my pants.
I have an unusual mark on my arm. Would you like to see it?
Not because of her outfit, you pervy people, but because of her Relia plus attack. People who have seen my Dark Node video know that it is a required skill for the third map I've shown, and I actually didn't have Relia up for the left. So this was insanely lucky, seeing that I would have had to go over to Groompants banner otherwise. People who have seen my Dark Node video also know that you need 2 node for that, and right now I have none. My ice cream is starting to melt and I'm just not sure if I deserve it. And this doesn't help at all in my decision. Can you fucking believe this?
What? Please, pester someone else.
I tried! I really tried, Pala. I sniped only blue, I never took a red orb unless I had to. Not even in circles where I was pity broken by another unit. So how many red orbs have I even pulled? 3? 4? And 2 of them had Pala, while the 35 blue ones I pulled didn't have a single node. And this is crazy. I know that the amount of units I already got is as lucky as you can imagine someone to be. Though you have to admit that it can be frustrating not to achieve your goal no matter how good the experience is otherwise. And yes, I clearly see that there are also 23 summoners who didn't get anything so far. Literally didn't get a single 5-star up to this point. And that's also a huge number. If we assume that all of my 3k subs sparked on this banner sniping blue. And by the way, this is the point where you could click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Though I fear that info chart in the top right will not make you do it. So, if all of my subscribers sparked on this banner sniping blue, A huge number of 690 people wouldn't have gotten a single 5-star up to the spark. And this is horrible, I'm not gonna lie. My wife summoned on the Fallen Edelgard banner and didn't get a single 5-star, not even one of the 4-star specials. Colorless is of course still the cruelest color to summon on, but still, it doesn't feel great. So I sparked my kinda free node and started wondering what I should do. It does make me sad from time to time that I theory craft some of these awesome defenses but just can't use them myself out of missing fodder or units.
I will be the one to succeed my honored mother as Jotunheimer's next queen.
In this case, I knew I would need either 2 nodes or a Dancer Sigurd, and at this point I had neither of these. But I had one truly amazing thing, Aurelia plus Ophelia. So instead of wasting possibly another 150 orbs on the bridal banner, which could in fact go exactly like this one, but without a chance of a spark and an arguably worse second color sharing focus unit, I finally decided to keep trying on this banner after some hours passed. Round 2. Let's get officially out of these 32 pity-broken nodless people. Note like this. I hate her name. Dagger is actually easier to pronounce for me as a German, as this is how I would pronounce it in my language anyways, but Note is really hard to say for me. So the goal is still a single node. I kinda wish IS would handle every banner like they handled their CYL4 banner, with 4 possible sparks. And I honestly don't know why they're not doing it. If anything, it encourages me to keep summoning rather than keeping me away from it. And you may very well make someone spend another 30 orbs in order to reach that spark, even though they got what they wanted already. Who would it harm? It's not like they're giving out a plus 10 unit. Speaking of Choose Your Legends 4. Yay, but why?
Allow me to shoulder some of your burden. It would be my honor.
I actually never summoned a single Choose Your Legends 4 unit besides Claude. And not for the lack of trying. Oh no. No blues. I can see where this is going. And I don't like it. Please. No. No. This is unreal. Remember how I said that a specific 4-star unit has less chances than the focus unit? Out of 5 times I picked red, I got 2 focus units and now my arch nemesis. The red pool is mocking me today. And this doesn't make things better! What the heck is going on? You could arguably say that this is the 7th time in a row that I've thrown a coin and got heads instead of tail. Or did I get tail? It looks fluffy.
Huh? Thanks for always taking time to play with me. You're so much fun.
Aww, that's so sweet of you. And I'm gonna follow you off for sabotage attack. Enjoy your stay while it lasts. Sorry. Sorry! Apparently I have to correct myself. 8 times I've summoned Tail. This is unreal.
Did I hear you mention the name Ike, the Beorc hero? I have taken an interest in his swordsmanship.
So, we are another 70 orbs deep inside the rabbit hole and still missing out on a single node. And while the game tells me that all of these events have the same chance of happening, I've pulled 0 blue focus units I wanted, 1 blue focus unit I didn't want, unbelievable 5 off focus units, and not a single 4 to 5 star special. I've had more back-to-back 5 stars than any Hilton hotel, but never summoned 2 in the same circle. Unreal. Unreal. This feels like a comedy show where I enter a store and ask for one quite simple thing, and the overmotivated salesperson keeps throwing stuff into my cart which I didn't order.
In this world, you are my lord, and thus I swear my fealty as a knight to you.
Thanks for everything in my cart anyways, but can I please get that single note now? 79 players got her by now, which is arguably not that many more than before, simply because we are only speaking about a single copy. 50 among them probably already got a second or third copy, same as I, who got both Palla and Zeke twice for whatever reason. Still, 21 players, me among them, without a single node. Summoning is really a controversial thing. I wanted to make an update of my summoning videos for the longest time, speaking about potential changes, because, let's be real, we've had some great summoning changes in the past year, but the amount of defining meta units they've also released at the same time kinda destroyed the positive effect, as summoning is more important than ever, and still often hurting the players. Unreal. I am among the lucky ones out of these 21 players, given that I have summoned freaking 9 other 5 stars. But there are still 5 players who have not gotten a single 5-star unit so far, reaching a focus rate of 6.25%. You have to have something for these players. Just imagine one of them is even trying to merge her. That player didn't stand a chance and literally couldn't have done anything better. Having sparks on every banner, including seasonals, skill banners and everything else, is the least thing you can do. And I don't see why it would hurt anyone. Holding back with the sparking system is actually the most ungenerous thing IS can do. Looking back at the 40 summons, at least 32 out of 100 summoners didn't end up getting the unit they wanted. What do you do for these people on limited special hero banners, where the units don't even go in the normal summoning pool and are never rerun on skill or tempest trial banners? There have been multiple characters who have been exclusively released as special heroes, so if your favorite waifu or husbando is among them, what do you do when you end up amongst these 32 people? Oh god, this is another Palla situation, isn't it? I don't even dare to pick a focus color at this point, that's how bad it has become. Please don't be an off focus. I wouldn't even want to see a fallen Edelgard at this point. Oh no. Oh, it's Takumi. That's insane. This game is throwing amazing 5 stars at me at a rapid speed, making it really difficult for me to stand by my point.
Nice to be needed, but nice to get compliments too.
But my video is not here to show you that summoning sucks. I can hardly say that with 9+1 amazing 5-star units in my back pocket. But it is here to show how difficult it can in reality be to summon a single specific unit. Like, not her! Though ARD Death Res is amazing fodder. Once again! Kiel almost marks my second 40 summons tile. I didn't even let her speak back at the time because I was honestly so very confused by everything that happened. I had now spent 340 orbs on a normal banner with color sharing, without summoning my personal focus unit once. I've summoned tons of other amazing units, no denying that, just not the one unit I was looking for. I've summoned Gwendy a third time, whose chances to appear were lower than those of Note, if you remember. And then, finally, 33 summons after my first spark. So I actually had another full sparking session without a single node. I finally got the one thing I was looking for. So, I'm definitely going to let you judge the summoning session however you like. To be fair, it was amazing in the end. I got the 2 node I was looking for and tons of really valuable fodder. But 364 orbs for a single copy of a character is also a force to be reckoned with. I definitely didn't do this video to brag about my results. I'm mostly doing this to show all sides and aspects of this game, the good and the bad, similar to EVA Raids where I show you incredible wins but also really heartbreaking losses, and even really stupid mistakes from my part. What I try is raising awareness and giving you numbers to work with. Indeed, there are still 10 out of 100 Pity Broken players who have still not summoned a single node at this point. And there are still 2 out of 100 summoners who haven't gotten a single 5-star despite reaching the free Spark tile twice, reaching a pity rate of 6.75%. Imagine this was a seasonal banner. And just as a fun fact, because I think many of you might not know this, Heroes has an interesting safety net for really unlucky summoners, guaranteeing you a full circle of only 5 stars. Off focus and focus, just to be fair. You reach this after 120 successless summons. So still another 40 successless summons to go for these 2 players. Daringly generous today, aren't we? I hope you enjoyed this video. I obviously stopped summoning at this point with an amazing raid. And seeing my leftover orbs, I will probably not summon anything until 2022 again. But I hope I'll have more time in the future, because I have so many ideas which could actually really make the summoning experience a lot better, and I would love to talk about these. So I hope I'll be able to realize that in the future. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you enjoy the things I'm doing. We can't change the results of our summonings, but we can help the poor creators we enjoy to survive the similar horrifying YouTube algorithm. And I would very much appreciate this. See you next time.